Hello everyone and welcome to Mexico City once again. Great timing, there's a plane going over. More than likely there will be colchones, microondas going past as well. And also the gas guys, the ones that deliver the big container things and go ooh at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I swear if that happens anymore, I'm going to punch him in the face. But that is Mexico City life. Anyway, I'm in my bedroom with two cats. I'm living with a lovely lady called Paulina near Viaducto area. It's very nice. There are some shots over the top now that I am showing you from my little walk back from Starbucks this morning. Today's video is a bit of a prelude, if you like, to my final Mexico travel series. So the next videos will be proper travel ones, alright? But I just wanted to do a bit of an update video before we get started to fill you in on a lot of things that have been going on behind the scenes over the last few months. The first thing I want to say, or is it the second thing now, I can't remember, is the fact that I know that for many of you, and judging by some of the messages I get and comments, you may not have seen me since I left Mexico last August because the YouTube algorithm doesn't work in a way that helps creators, if you know what I mean. Bit of a recap. So I left Mexico, I went to Serbia. I did a very successful series of videos in Serbia, probably my most favourite of all time. Then I went to Ukraine, where I had myocarditis as a result of 2 dodgy COVID vaccines. Brilliant. Then I went to Brazil and became a Polish citizen. At last, I have now applied for my Polish passport at the embassy in San Angel on Friday last week, and I'll come on to that a little bit later as well. But the primary thing I want to talk about is something that I alluded to in the last Brazil video, which I know hardly anyone's watched because, again, the YouTube algorithm. I kind of metaphorically described the fact that I've moved on from travel, but also what I was alluding to was the fact that I've moved on from YouTube. Hence, I haven't filmed a video in 2 months because many reasons, all right? And when I say moving on, I don't mean giving up. Giving up implies that you've tried your hardest at something to make something a success, but you just can't do it, so you give up, you stop doing it. But this has been a success. It's been an overwhelming success because YouTube, right, has been at least partially responsible for keeping me on the road for almost 6 years, almost 2,000 days. You know, and if I wanted to, I could continue doing that because everything's set up. Fine, yeah, but the fact is I don't want to. It's kind of like, you know, when you have a job for years and you get to a point in that job where you feel like you've achieved everything that you want to achieve and that you don't see yourself going anywhere with it in future. That's exactly where I am. It's a good thing. It's a positive thing, all right? Many of you have said about, you know, I should just continue making videos when I move to Poland, and, you know, yeah, that's a valid question. That may happen at some point in the future, but right now, it's not what I want to do. So that's that. I will be moving on from YouTube, potentially after Mexico. I might do another little series in Serbia afterwards to end things, but that's where I am at the moment. And where did this come from? So Polish citizenship, right? As you know, it's been going on forever, since like September 2020. December the 27th, when I was in Ukraine, that was the date that my citizenship was confirmed. However, due to the Christmas holidays, I didn't know about this until January the 7th, by which time I'd already left Ukraine and I was in Brazil. Double brilliant. So if I had known that before that date, I wouldn't have gone to Brazil and I wouldn't be in Mexico now. I would have done all that passport business in Poland or Serbia or somewhere in Europe. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, and I ended up in Brazil. And I didn't realise it at the time. I filmed like 7-8 videos in Brazil, but there was something missing throughout, but I couldn't really work out what it was. It wasn't so much that something was missing, it was something, there was something in the back of my mind. My priorities had changed. That day that I received that Polish citizenship confirmation, everything changed in my head because it was finally the ticket out of living the lifestyle of a digital nomad, which I've been trying to get away from since like late 2019. But then of course, the pandemic intervened and, you know, and really, you know, everything I think about now is in relation to moving to Poland or another EU country. So I'm looking at things like places to live, cities to move to, researching cities, researching things like health insurance, taxes, you name it. You know, that's taken the large amount of my time away from travel. And, you know, just the thought of, you know, traveling or, you know, going out to film a video, I just don't want to. I have no desire whatsoever. Despite that, I'm going out to another city at the weekend. I'm going away for the weekend, so those will be the next videos. I've got an immense plan, which as always will change about 9 million times. Yeah, so really, you know, the whole Polish thing has really completely changed my outlook on everything. I'm not the same person as I was a few months ago. I've also got new glasses, by the way. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know what happened to them. Super Glue Gate 2022. But I can see again, which is a miracle. Right, what's on my list? So what can you expect from this final series of Mexico videos? I'm going to put a hashtag on the screen. Hashtag Final Season David. What this means is that I've been doing this for years. I've seen it, done it, eaten the scorpions in Durango last year. I haven't got time for bullshit anymore. You know how I feel about the whole travel YouTube bollocks, you know, the perpetuating this myth of perfection crap and lying and scammers, especially YouTube couples, naming no names. And, you know, I haven't got time for that shit anymore. If you've seen the Brazil videos I did, I kind of used a couple of metaphors in relation to the Scream franchise. I'm a big fan of the Scream movies. The recent one was out a couple of months ago. And if you've seen that, Sidney Prescott and Gal Weathers, they were like the original characters, right? But by this point, they're just like, whatever, don't give a shit anymore. They know exactly what the killers are going to do. And that's kind of my view now. Like, you know, I haven't got time for that shit. I want to move on to other things. Sydney and Gal have got lives now. Not that they're real, but you know what I mean. And that's kind of what I'm going to be like. So if you think I've been straight talking and brutally honest before, I haven't even got started, all right? So this year will be an extension of that. And what else? And as per the Scream theme, the new Scream movie was a requel. What that means, it's a way of extending the franchise using new sexy young characters that get gutted in 5 minutes and also bringing back legacy characters. Here comes the metaphor. So new locations, such as new states that I haven't been to, will be the large chunk of the videos this year, but I'm also going to bring back some epic legacy characters from the past, i.e. past locations that are like absolute top tier. I'm talking about like 2018, 2019 videos. If you're a recent subscriber, you may not have even seen those videos. It's kind of like, don't fuck with the original, which was a quote from one of the Scream movies. Sorry, I'm a Scream geek. But I am going to fuck with the original because I've got a drone now, my editing techniques have developed, I've developed, you know, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do. The third video that's coming will be a remake, requel, if you know what I mean, from a 2018 location. I'm looking forward to it. The point about the algorithm, and this is another reason that I've kind of decided to move on, because for some channels, for some it does, for some channels it doesn't work, the fact that I'm travelling. You know, I can go to Ukraine, but no one will watch, even subscribers, because the way YouTube works is that if you don't regularly search for Ukraine or Brazil videos, for example, oh my god, that Brazil series, probably the worst I've ever done in terms of views. If you don't regularly search for those locations, they're not going to show up on your recommendations, even if you're subscribed. And that's why a lot of people have been messaging me like, where are you? Because they didn't know I was still making videos. It's ridiculous, right? And the fact that travel doesn't work for YouTube, it's kind of ironic, right? That we can't travel, because the only way travel channels work in reality is if you stay in one country. I could stay in Mexico forever, go to every single state, film videos everywhere, go to San Miguel de Allende 900 times and rehash bollocks videos about expats or something. Ultimately, this has always been a travel channel, and it doesn't work with YouTube, and I just don't see the point of continuing in the way in which the algorithm works. Something I might do in the future, as I alluded to earlier, I'm using the word alluded a lot today, right, is about setting up a new channel. I've already set up a new Instagram page, The British Pole, in preparation for the future, when I'm living in Poland / somewhere else. And this, you know, I might be doing blog posts or posting things on Instagram about, you know, everything about Poland, places to go, moving there, taxes, all that crap that, you know, I'm currently looking into. That might be an avenue for the future. I don't know. I might come back to this channel in a year, I don't know, and start doing videos in Poland and around Europe again. Things change, but ultimately I want to do other things like write my book. I'm potentially starting a 6-month online course in something which I'm not going to tell you about yet, but it's a possible new career. And playing the oboe, making friends, you know, all sorts of things, actually having a normal life again, which is ultimately what I've wanted to do for years now. So that's about it, I think. I won't drone on forever. You'll be seeing this on Saturday, I think the 19th, by which point I will be in Estado de Veracruz. Yes, finally going to Veracruz to film 2 videos, and then I will be going to some other states after that before heading north. Yes, we're going back north again. Brilliant. To some classics. you might know where I'm talking about, and also some new locations. So I hope this hasn't been too manic, because I'm feeling a bit manic. I'm a bit hot actually. Brilliant, and I think I've covered everything. Yeah. So actually the last thing I forgot to mention, passport. Yeah, so I've applied for my passport, but due to the whole Ukraine situation at the moment, apparently there are some major delays with anything to do with migration, such as passports and visas. So actually my date that I have to contact the embassy is the 20th of May, so another 2 months, after which I'll be moving back to Europe. Yeah, so exciting stuff, all positive, moving on, not giving up. Lovely. So I'll see you next time from Veracruz, city to be announced. Catch you later.
I am a cannonball shooting through